Everyone thought Breanna was untouchable. The obedient daughter who silently followed every rule, the one Kody and Robin never had to question. But last night tore that illusion apart. A leaked post from a deleted Patreon account revealed a secret no one saw coming. Breanna, the quiet, loyal one, was hiding something explosive. According to insiders, Kody Brown, consumed by rage, allegedly took a hammer to a cell phone right on the driveway of the Shira Chateau. But here's the twist. It wasn't his phone. It wasn't Robin's. It was Breanna's hidden lifeline, her secret connection to the outside world, the only way she could breathe. Texts have leaked describing the house as a cage. Christine Brown, fearing for Breanna's safety, reportedly called 911, and a photograph emerged showing Breanna no longer sleeping in the main house. This isn't just family drama, it's a digital lockdown, and it's terrifying. For years, the Shira Chateau was chaotic and crowded, almost amusing from the outside. But recently, insiders say the chaos has morphed into suffocation. Kody, strict of control over so much of his life, clings desperately to the one kingdom he thinks he still commands, Robin's household. Surveillance, monitoring software, curfews, every tool to cut off information, to stop poison in the ear. But adults aren't children, and eventually Breanna found a crack in the walls. Months ago, she realized her messages were watched, her location tracked, so she built a hidden world, a burner phone, tucked in a book, under a drawer, wherever no one would think to look, her secret lifeline. Then the receipt surfaced. Kody found it. The confrontation erupted. Picture it. Kody, veins popping, red-faced, holding the crumpled evidence, Robin weeping, spinning the victim story, and Breanna, cornered, forced to surrender her phone. What Kody discovered wasn't just teenage misbehavior, it was betrayal. Encrypted messages, Signal, Telegram, late-night confessions, and the recipient, Christine. Texts allegedly revealed Breanna begging for help. "I can't breathe here. The walls are closing in. Is Salt Lake still an option?" These weren't idle words. They were a silent SOS. Kody destroyed the phone with a hammer, but Breanna had backups. Every screenshot, every message survived. After the phone's destruction, the house fell silent. No posts, no online activity. For 24 hours, Breanna vanished. Christine waited, heart pounding, until fear became action. She called 911 for a welfare check. When police arrived, they were met at the gate by Robin, calm and collected, spinning the story of a minor family disagreement. But while attention was on her, Breanna made her move. She didn't wait for the authorities to save her. Using the chaos, she slipped through a blind spot into the freezing night with only a backpack of essentials. A gray SUV appeared, a getaway vehicle linked to trusted allies. Breanna crossed state lines, moving into Christine's territory. She wasn't kidnapped, she was rescued. For the first time, she was free. Back at the Shira Chateau, panic set in. Kody assumed she was subdued. Robin assumed the same. But the girl they underestimated was gone. The empire of silence and control was crumbling. Kody isn't giving up. Rumors swirl of restraining orders, civil suits, and claims of parental interference. He isn't protecting her. He's protecting his empire, his narrative. But Breanna holds the evidence, screenshots, recordings, documents that could unravel everything. A photograph from Beaver, Utah shows her safe, hugging Christine, a desperate, clinging hug of relief. She wasn't coerced, she wasn't afraid, she was finally free. The story isn't over. Kody may fight through the courts. Breanna is safe, discovering freedom for the first time. And the other siblings, Aurora, Solomon, Ariella, are now under heightened scrutiny, the lockdown tightening around them. Breanna's escape is a crack in the dam. The silence of the house is broken. This isn't reality TV drama anymore. It's a real-life thriller. A young woman's courage has shattered a kingdom built on obedience and fear. Kody's empire is unraveling, and the world is watching. The digital lockdown has been breached, and the revolution has begun. Every dash cam, every document, every hidden message, it's all coming to light. And Breanna, she is finally in control, finally free.
We all thought Breanna was untouchable, the obedient daughter who never questioned Kody or Robin, the one who seemed to swallow every rule, every story without a hint of rebellion. But last night shattered that illusion. A deleted Patreon post leaked a secret no one expected. Breanna, the quiet, loyal one, had a hidden life, a lifeline the family never knew existed. Insiders say Kody Brown, consumed by rage, allegedly took a hammer to a cell phone right on the driveway of the Shira Chateau. But here's the bombshell. The phone wasn't his. It wasn't Robin's. It was Breanna's secret connection to the outside world, her only escape from the walls that had been closing in for years. Leaked texts suggest she described the house as a prison. Christine Brown, fearing for her daughter, reportedly called 911. And a photograph emerged showing Breanna no longer sleeping in the main house. This isn't just family drama, it's a digital lockdown, and it's terrifying. For years, the Shira Chateau was chaotic but almost funny from the outside. Now, insiders say the energy inside has shifted, suffocating, claustrophobic, controlled. Kody, stripped of influence over his other children and former wives, clings desperately to the only kingdom he believes he still commands, Robin's household. Surveillance, parental control software, curfews, and constant monitoring, every tool to cut off information, to prevent poison in the ear. But controlling an adult eventually fails. And Breanna? She found a way out. Months ago, she realized her messages were being read, her location tracked, so she built a hidden world, a burner phone tucked away, a secret lifeline no one could touch. Then the receipt appeared. Kody found it. The confrontation erupted. Picture it. Kody, red-faced, veins bulging, holding the crumpled evidence. Robin weeping, spinning the victim story. And Breanna, cornered, finally forced to surrender her phone. What Kody discovered wasn't just teenage rebellion, it was betrayal. Encrypted apps, late-night messages, and the recipient? Christine. Texts allegedly reveal Breanna pleading for help. "I can't breathe here. The walls are closing in. Is Salt Lake still an option?" These weren't idle words. They were a desperate SOS. Kody smashed the phone, but Breanna had backups. Screenshots, messages, every proof of her secret life survived. After the destruction, the house fell silent. No posts, no activity. For 24 hours, Breanna vanished. Christine, waiting anxiously, saw nothing, and fear turned into action. She called 911 for a welfare check. When the police arrived at the Shira Chateau, they didn't walk straight to the door. Robin intercepted them at the gate, calm, collected, spinning the story of a minor family disagreement. Every second she kept them distracted, the tension inside the house thickened. Kody was pacing, red-faced, veins popping, his mind racing with paranoia. He didn't see the opportunity Breanna had been waiting for. While the officers focused on Robin, Breanna made her move. She didn't wait for the authorities to save her. She had a plan, a backpack with essentials, and the knowledge of blind spots the house cameras couldn't cover. The night was freezing, pitch black, the woods surrounding the property unforgiving, but compared to the heat inside the Shira Chateau, the cold forest felt like freedom. A gray SUV appeared, waiting. She didn't drive, she couldn't. Someone she trusted, someone connected to Christine, pulled up and Breanna ran into the passenger seat. The vehicle sped north, crossing state lines. She was safe, under the protection of the one woman Kody fears the most. She wasn't kidnapped, she was rescued. Inside the mansion, chaos erupted. Kody assumed Breanna was subdued. Robin assumed she was under control, but she was gone. The empire of obedience they had built on fear and silence was crumbling, and the consequences were immediate. Rumors swirl that Kody is now lawyering up, preparing restraining orders, civil suits, claiming parental interference, even though Breanna is an adult. But he isn't fighting for her. He's fighting to protect his narrative, his empire, his illusion of control. Meanwhile, Breanna has the evidence, the screenshots, recordings, receipts, everything that could unravel the carefully constructed story of the Shira Chateau. And the proof is visible. A photograph from a Utah gas station shows her safe, wrapped in Christine's arms, a desperate hug of relief. She isn't afraid. She is finally free. The digital lockdown has been broken. Kody's kingdom of obedience has been breached. The silence is shattered. The other children inside the mansion, Aurora, Solomon, Ariella, are now under intense scrutiny, the pressure mounting. Breanna's escape is a crack in the dam and the water is pouring through. Kody built his empire on fear and obedience, but the moment Breanna stepped into that gray SUV, control slipped from his hands. This isn't reality TV drama anymore. It's a real-life thriller. A young woman's courage has undone years of manipulation. Kody's empire is unraveling, and the world is watching. Every document, every recording, every secret she took with her is a weapon. And for the first time, Breanna is in control.
Morning came, but peace didn't. Kody's world had been shaken to its core. Breanna, the daughter he thought was loyal, had vanished. Gone. Out of reach. The Shira Chateau, once his kingdom, now felt like a cage with walls closing in. Every corner, every room was a reminder of the daughter who slipped through his fingers. Sources say Kody immediately began legal maneuvers, drafting restraining orders, preparing civil suits, claiming parental interference. He isn't worried about Breanna's safety. He's worried about control, about the empire he's built collapsing. But Breanna, she holds the power. Screenshots, recordings, receipts, the proof of every secret, every manipulation, every lie are in her hands. And there's visual evidence too. A photograph from a Utah gas station shows Breanna and Christine embracing, a hug that screams relief, not fear. Every body language detail says it all. Breanna is safe, supported, and finally free. Kody's claims of a vulnerable dependent crumble in the light of that photo. She ran into Christine's arms, not under duress, but seeking safety. Back at the mansion, the atmosphere is apocalyptic. Silence reigns where chaos once dominated. Filming crews reportedly paused, insurance costs skyrocketing. Kody's fury is contained only by legal boundaries, but insiders suggest his paranoia is off the charts. Lawyers are being consulted. The world outside is closing in, and his perfect narrative of obedience and compliance is falling apart. Breanna's escape isn't just physical, it's symbolic. The silent rebellion against control, against fear, against the empire of manipulation. Aurora, Solomon, Ariella, the remaining children are now under intense scrutiny. The lockdown tightens, the pressure increases, but the seed of resistance has been planted. Breanna's courage has broken the spell. The dam has cracked. The digital traces, the burner phone, the encrypted messages, and the secret lifeline, these aren't just relics. They are evidence, weapons against a system built on control. Kody Brown's empire of obedience and fear is unraveling, and Breanna is the spark that started it all. This isn't reality TV anymore. It's a real-life thriller. Every step Breanna took, every move she planned, has rewritten the rules, and for the first time in her life, she is free to breathe, think, and act without permission. The night was over, but the battle was just beginning. Breanna had slipped through the cracks of the Shira Chateau, leaving chaos in her wake. Kody was left pacing, furious, realizing that the obedient daughter he thought he controlled had outsmarted him. Every plan he had, every narrative he spun, now threatened to crumble. Breanna didn't just escape physically, she escaped mentally, emotionally, and digitally. The evidence she carried with her, the messages, screenshots, recordings, was her shield. Kody could smash phones, patrol neighborhoods, hire lawyers, and threaten lawsuits, but the truth was already in her hands. She had the power now. The gray SUV had crossed state lines, and insiders suggest she is in a secure location, a safe house, far from Kody's reach. Not Christine's main home, not anywhere predictable, somewhere hidden, protected, surrounded by allies she can trust. Every move she made was calculated, precise, learned from years of watching the adults around her. She packed only what she needed, moved quietly, and vanished into the night. Kody, meanwhile, is reportedly preparing a legal onslaught, a restraining order, a civil suit, accusations of interference, even claims that Breanna is a vulnerable dependent. But these claims crumble under the evidence: the photograph from Utah, the embrace with Christine, the documents she has, proof that she left on her own terms, safely and with support. Inside the mansion, the atmosphere is tense, suffocating. The other children, Aurora, Solomon, Ariella, feel the tightening grip. Breanna's escape has shattered the illusion of control. The empire Kody built on fear and silence is disintegrating. Filming crews pause, insurance costs soar, and the perfect reality TV facade teeters on collapse. The story doesn't end with her escape. Kody is fighting back legally, desperately trying to reclaim control, but Breanna holds the upper hand. Her courage, her preparation, her resilience, this is the spark that threatens everything Kody believed he could command. This is the moment where the narrative flips. The obedient daughter becomes the heroine. The silent rebellion becomes a declaration of independence. The digital lockdown has failed. The empire of fear is unraveling, and for the first time in her life, Breanna is free, safe, protected, and armed with the truth. The cameras, the lawsuits, the control, all meaningless against her bravery. Kody's kingdom built on obedience and fear has lost his queen. Breanna's journey is only beginning, and the world is watching. The revolution has started. The Shira Chateau is no longer untouchable, and the fallout, that's just about to hit.